Hi, and welcome to the Smart Money Plan webinar. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stuart Pocock. I'm a certified cash flow specialist, a financial coach, and an author. And just before we get going, I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay, that our sound is working. If you can just type in the chat box, send me a hello, a hi, a howdy, just so that I know that our sound is working and we're ready to get going. Okay, so I see, okay, I have a number of you replying. So hi, yes, okay, that's great. Good. Well, as I mentioned, my name is Stuart Pocock, and I'm a certified cash flow specialist, a financial coach, and author. And I'm going to be sharing with you how smart money works, how it is attracted to wealthy individuals, and how it can be attracted to you as well. So doesn't that sound cool? So let's get started. Just for joining us today, I'm going to have a special gift for you that I'll tell you more about at the end of the webinar. So you're going to want to make sure that you stay tuned till the very end, and we'll try and wrap this up within an hour or so. And I want to make sure that we leave some time for questions and answers at the end. But this is just a free gift that I'll have for you. It's just my way of saying how much I appreciate you just being here with us today and joining with us. Now, before we begin, let's make sure that you're ready to get the most out of our time together. So to do this, you're going to want to make sure that you avoid any distractions, such as cell phone and email. I know how enticing those things can be. So turn off your cell phone, shut down your email, and you'll want to do this because what I'm going to be sharing with you can mean thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket. And that's money that's better in your pocket than anywhere else. So you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to what we're going to be sharing with you today. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered where all your money goes? In fact, if that's you, go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me hear from you that, yeah, I've asked myself that question a number of times. I wonder, where does all our money simply go? So go ahead, type back in the chat box. Yeah, I'm seeing kids' activities. Yeah, I wonder where it goes. Question marks, absolutely. Out the door, yeah, out the window sometimes. Absolutely. It's a question that we all ask ourselves. And my bet is that you make good money, but sometimes, it just seems to poof, right? Disappear. Do you wonder how you can make your income go farther? Wouldn't that be cool to simply make your money go farther? Well, I want to share with you how you can give more life to the money that you make. And just exactly, what does that mean? Give more life to the money I make. Well, see, when you give more life to the money you have, you can do more things with it. If you had an extra $1,000 a month right now, let's say, and that's going to be consistent, that you have an extra $1,000 a month right now, what would you do with it? Think about that for a minute. Actually, let me know in the chat box. Let me know what you would do. Where would you spend an extra $1,000 a month if you knew that you were going to have that for the rest of your life coming in? Where would you spend that money? This is, I see vacation. Yeah, absolutely. We have, that's a common answer. Hawaii, somebody mentions. Paying bills. Yeah. Um, taking my wife out for dinner. Yeah, yeah, that would be a good one. There's lots of answers on where you can spend that money. But the thing is, there's no wrong answer. It's up to you. Now, that's exactly what I want to help you with today. I want to see you have more money to do with it whatever that you want to do. And I'm going to share with you just how this is going to be possible. Now, I want to make sure that you're in the right spot. So let me go over some signs that you're in the right place. If any of these points really resonate home, they hit home with you. Your retirement plan is not fully funded, meaning, you don't know for sure if you're going to have enough money to retire. If that's you, yeah, you're going to want to pay attention. Your goals for retirement are based on replacing a percentage of your income. Like, I hope I can earn 50% of our income or 60% of our income at retirement, rather than expecting to live life to the fullest during your retirement, that you know what your expenses are, you're going to have those covered, but you also will have money at retirement to live your dream life. And that's what we want to make sure that you're capable of doing. If you currently or periodically have credit card debt that is not paid off every month, you're going to want to pay attention. If you still take out car loans more than 10 years after starting your career, or if you have a car loan that's longer than a 3-year period, you're going to want to pay attention. If you have a major life goal that requires some money set aside, that requires some savings on behalf of you, on your part. If you have some, but not much, non-retirement savings, if you simply don't have a lot of money set aside for a rainy day, you're going to want to pay attention. If you're retiring in the next 10 to 15 years, and you figure you have to live at least partially on withdrawing some of the invested money that you have set aside. So you're not living off the return on your assets, but you're going to have to deplete some of those assets in order to live in your retirement. You're going to want to pay attention. If you would like to have a done-for-you written plan in place that will guide you to having financial success, you're going to want to pay attention. If you had to withdraw money from an investment or halt and stop an investment strategy for reasons other than what that money was being intended for, you're going to want to pay attention. And the most definite sign that you're in the right place is if you want to start funding your dream life today. You want funds to live your dreams, your goals, ambitions in life, then you're going to want to pay attention. Now, for those of you who don't know me, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have spent over 30 years, that's a long time, I know, over 30 years in finance. And, I've dealt with all sorts of clients, from young couples just starting out in life to multimillionaires. And I've worked in the banking industry, the brokerage industry. I've been around the block a few times. I've been licensed to sell investments, insurance, lending products. I've done financial planning, estate planning, and I've dealt with thousands of clients over that 30 years. And there's one thing that I've learned that is absolutely critical in achieving your financial goals. And I want to share that with you today. This one thing that can help set you financially free. So here's my promise to you, that after listening to this message that I'm going to share with you, that you absolutely will have a better understanding of the one thing that you must do in order to become financially independent. Does that sound fair? All right, well, here's what I want you to be ready to learn. The single most important thing that you can do to help your finances, that 90% of people fail to do. How you can manage, reduce, and eliminate your debt. The secrets that lenders know that it really keeps you in debt. And why most millionaires are financially secure, and what you can do to achieve the absolute same results. How you can achieve your biggest goals this year and beyond. and the next steps you can take to enjoy regular vacations. And you know what? Have them paid for before you get back and have a big credit card bill. And an action that you can take starting today to greatly enhance your chances of becoming financially secure. And like I said, I want to leave some time for questions and answers at the end. So, you know what? Let's get started and see how you can have more money in your pocket using the income that you already make. Now, of course, one way to have more money, it's pretty simple, isn't it? Spend less, to be on a budget. These are things, we hear all the time. Here's the problem. This is easier said than done. It's easy to say, well, spend less money, be on a budget. Here's what I found. Budgets don't work. And I'm sure you don't want to be on a budget. I certainly don't want to be on a budget. And they don't work. They're just like many diets. A lot of diets, they don't work for everyone. You're on a diet for a few weeks and you get discouraged because you've not seen instant results. At least that's what happens to me. And before you know it, you're right back to the same old habits, right? If you know what I mean, go ahead, type in the chat box. Let me know that. Yeah, absolutely. I've been there, done that. A lot of diets simply don't work, and that's the same thing with budgets. Well, we know the majority of people are spending more than they're making. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people, mention, yeah, been there, done that. Absolutely. Well, payroll statistics reveal that people are spending more than they make. And you know what? If you're carrying just $1 of what I call non-mortgage debt, then you're likely spending more than you're making. And we need to fix that. Now, again, you could say, well, that's easy to do. Stop spending money. But it's easy to say, and it's hard to do. I'll show you a real case example. Now, this was a real couple that we dealt with, and they had 2 grade school children. And on Monday afternoon, in their bank account, they had $3,004. Now, you're going to see this is very typical of a lot of us. Here's expenses that they had throughout the week. Monday, grocery stores, some automatic bills. Tuesday, some food, car payment, insurance payments. School trip or book orders. School expenses, withdrawing some cash, mortgage payments, groceries, another car payment. So very typical stuff. On the weekend, both their kids were playing in sports, and they went in 2 different directions. So you have lunch costs and sporting equipment and relaxing on Sunday. Very typical stuff, expenses that we all incur. Now, Sunday evening, take a guess. Go ahead, type your answer in the chat box. How much money out of that $3,000 that they had on Monday, how much do you think was left by the end of the week? Go ahead, give me your answer. I'm seeing $500, 0. Yeah, I can let you know you're getting a little closer. Negative $100. Well, yeah, you're pretty close. This couple was actually overdrawn $487.51. They spent more money than they made. They had $3,000 to start the week off, and they spent almost $3,500 during that week. And this is very typical. We see this all the time. And again, this is a real case study with a young couple. And you know what? This was a pretty smart couple who are good at math. But the reality is many people have, similar habits. We all have similar habits with money, and we spend more than we make with no plan on how to manage money better. But if I can show you a better way to manage money, just like we did with this couple, without, get this, without putting them on a budget, and it actually saved them hundreds of dollars a month, and it gave more life to their money. Now, let me ask you, is that something worth knowing? If it is, let me hear from you. Type in the chat box. Just say, yeah, I'm Ken. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay, many of you agree. This is something that can help. Of course. Yeah, that's right. Of course it will. Well, you're likely on this webinar because a friend invited you to join us today, or you received an email from myself or someone you know. However you came to join us, know that someone cared enough to reach out to you because they want to help you achieve your dreams. It's time for you to start living life again, living the life that you imagined. Let me share with you why I'm doing this. Now, I'm going to take you back in time. We're going to go back quite a while. Remember the 1980s? 1988, it was one of the best years of my life, but it was also one of the worst years. And I'll explain. That year a lot happened. I graduated from accounting. I started my career with the bank. One of the best things that happened to me in my life was I got married to my beautiful wife that year. And one of the worst things that happened is my father passed away. And it was just 3 months after our wedding. See, he was battling cancer for about 2 years before that. And I believe that he was hanging on to life just long enough to be at our wedding. And this is a picture of my father and my dad and I, just months before our wedding. And, we only have a limited amount of time with people that we love in this life. And we need to make the most out of that time that we do have with them. I never had a chance to say goodbye to my dad, to tell him how much I love him, to tell him how much he meant to me, that he was a hero in my life. And he had something that he always wanted to do, but he passed away before getting the chance to do it. And, he lived a fairly fulfilled life, and he was in the Second World War and stationed in Europe, and he got to travel around quite a bit. But one of the things that he always wanted to do, and growing up and living in the Northeast where, we have winter 8 months out of the year, he always wanted to travel down the California coast and to go to the Rose Bowl. But he passed away never doing that, never achieving that one thing that he always wanted to do in life. But 20 years after he passed away, I got to fulfill part of his dream. And I took my son to the Rose Bowl for the first time. And it was an amazing event. If you're a sports fan, you know what I mean. The Rose Bowl is one of those bucket list items that you just have to go there. You have to see it. And since then, I've been fortunate enough, to take my wife and my youngest daughter there, and I try and visit the Rose Bowl almost every year because it's become a real special place for me. Do you know what I mean? Do you have a special place like that? A place that has a real meaning in your heart? Let me ask you a question. What is it that you're passionate about in life? What are you passionate about? Maybe it's animals or music or traveling. Maybe it's helping others and volunteering. What are you passionate for, and what do you want to accomplish in life? What do you want to do together with your family or those that you care most about in life? What is the one thing, just one, what is the one thing that you want to accomplish during your lifetime? Actually, I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead, type in the chat box. Let me know what is one thing that you would like to accomplish over your lifetime. Seeing some of those same answers, travel, Hawaii vacation every year? Yeah, I want to see you vacation every year as well. Um, get out of debt. Yeah. That's another thing that we want to see you accomplish. Take grandkids to Disney. Yeah. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down the one thing that you want to do during your lifetime. So get out a pen and paper and write down what is just one thing that you want to accomplish. So why am I doing this? It's because I believe everyone should be able to accomplish the one thing in life that they want to accomplish. But often, what gets in the way? Finances. Finances get in the way of you accomplishing your goals. Or, you know what? You're just going to wait until you have the finances, and then what happens? Your health fails you, and you miss out on doing that one thing that you look forward to doing someday. Here's the problem. I found out that some days just doesn't exist. There's 7 days during the week, and I realized that there isn't one of them called someday. And life's too short. I don't want to see you waiting to make plans on accomplishing the one thing that you want to accomplish in life. So here's my next question. When are you going to accomplish the one thing in life that really matters to you? The one thing that you want to do before you leave this world? And I'm sure you're asking right now, well, that's great. How am I going to pay for that? How can I pay to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in life when I just can't see money to find the money to do it? Well, that's where we can help. I can help show you how you will accomplish your dreams while living intentionally. What does that mean? I'll explain in a bit. While also managing, reducing, eliminating your debt, and taking regular vacations, all with the income that you already have. See, this is done when you give more life to your money, when you give more life to the money that you're already earning. So no gimmicks, no selling or buying into some sales program. I said I was going to share with you how to give more life to your money. See, the secrets to giving more life to your money, are you ready for it? It lies within a proven way of managing your money without being on a budget. See, this proven way to manage money, it has saved hundreds to thousands of dollars for people every single month. Again, wouldn't you like to have an extra $1,000 a month in your pocket to spend on things that really matter most to you? Well, this is possible with a unique and a proven cash flow plan. Now, make no mistake here, I'm not talking about a budget. Actually, you know what? We really hate that word. After all, who wants to be on a budget? I certainly don't, and I'm sure you don't either. But rather, I'm referring to a unique plan and a way of handling finances that has saved people guaranteed thousands of dollars every single month. Now, if you have some debt, like credit card debt, or maybe a car loan or other debt, then I got to tell you, you definitely need a cash flow plan. If you have non-mortgage debt, it's highly likely that your cash flow, you know what, it's simply not aligned with your lifestyle. And this happens. It happens a lot. It happens to most people. But a cash flow plan can help pay off your debt while saving you thousands of dollars in interest and give more life to your money, meaning providing you with the funds that are necessary to live your lifestyle while, get this, not being on that word we don't like, budget. So just imagine having extra money every month, guaranteed. How would that make you feel? Let's take a moment, if we can, to demystify some of the secrets to financial freedom, okay? You know, to become financially free, you need to know more than just finances. You need to know what it is that you really want in life. And I know financial freedom, it can mean different things to different people. For some of you, it may mean having the resources to do whatever you want, whenever you want to. But to others, financial freedom may simply mean having the financial means to pay bills and, you know, maybe still have some money left over to provide security and maybe savings or money set aside to start your own small business. Simply put, you know, having more money at the end of the month than month at the end of the money, while also being able to do that one thing that you want to accomplish in life, that one thing you have written down. And this is what we want to help with. See, I want to see you living a lifestyle that you plan to live and have the financial resources available to do that, while also having found money. Yeah, found. Doesn't that sound cool? That having found money using our proven cash flow plan. And that's money that you can use to put towards your priorities, to use towards accomplishing that one goal in life that you want to accomplish. You know, most financial stress in our lives, this isn't a big secret. It revolves around cash flow. And what do I mean by that? Simply put, cash flow is how you spend or use your money. But unlike a budget, see, a budget restricts how you spend your money. And wealthy people have figured this out. They know how important cash flow is. In fact, the best way for you to achieve financial independence is by having a cash flow plan that will work for your own situation while using the income that you already make. Now, this is not some get-rich-quick scheme, and it's not a way for you to make more money or, you know, some magic program that's going to make you a millionaire overnight. But rather, this is a proven and unique way to deal with income that you already make that will save you thousands of dollars by using more efficient system to deal with your money and your expenses and your debt and all those things. Now, over my 30 years in finance, I've worked to help thousands of people. And my guess is that many of them are, you know, they're just like you. You wonder, okay, how will I pay off debt, save for retirement, enjoy my life now, while taking a regular vacation, paying for the kids' school fees, and on and on and on and on. I know sometimes it just seems like you need to make more money, that there's a never-ending list of expenses to pay. But you know what? You already have a good income. See, a cash flow plan can help you increase the amount of money you have to pay off debt and save for retirement or spend on a vacation. Now, let me tell you how this is different than a free budget report from, you know, you may get that from your financial institution or investment or insurance broker. In fact, I used to provide those, you know, the free budget counseling, free budget report. I used to do that many years ago. And what we did during that time is we'd walk through a budget. And a budget's really a good way to reflect. You see, it's a way to reflect on where your money was spent. But I can tell you guaranteed, it does not offer a way to improve your cash flow through a proven system that will allow you to spend money on the things that you see as a priority. Simply put, you know, no one wants to be on a budget. I get it. And being on one, it does not provide the freedom or joy with your finances. It restricts you. It's not rewarding. It's ugly. A budget will not provide a path for you to reach your financial goals. It simply restricts your spending. And that's what a budget's going to try and do. And I found that many, but not necessarily all, but many people who are on a budget, what happens? They don't stick to it. They find themselves back into the same old habits that have them spending more money than they make. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been on a budget? How did you feel restricting your spending, restricting your lifestyle? It's not a lot of fun. A budget really tells you what you can't do. Now, a cash flow plan, it's really different. See, we guarantee that we'll find money. That's that found money. It's so cool. We find money. We guarantee that we'll find money in your spending. That's going to allow you to prioritize your spending to reach your financial goals while not restricting how you're going to spend your money. A cash flow plan, you know what? It provides you with the freedom to spend your money however you wish. So not being on a budget. Isn't that cool? If you agree, if you think that's something that's worth having, let me know. Type in the chat box. Say, yeah, absolutely. Agree. Tell me more. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing many people. Yes, yep, of course. Wealthy individuals have cash flow plans. And what I'm doing today is I'm making this available to you. You'll be able to use the found money. I just love saying that. You'll be able to use found money that we find for you in a cash flow plan. And you can use that to pay off debt or spend on a holiday, or maybe you just want to simply save it, put it aside for a rainy day. You know what? It's up to you how you're going to use found money. I'd much rather say found money than budget. It's up to you how you want to use found money that we're going to find for you in a cash flow plan. Let me share with you some real case studies. So these are people that we have dealt with recently. This was a family with 2 children, both high school age. They had a combined net income just over $100,000. And we saved them between now and retirement over $250,000. Isn't that good news? I mean, that's fantastic. This was a single guy who had a net income just over $60,000 a year. And between now and his retirement, we found him over $147,000, just over $147,000 we were able to save for him. This family had 3 children, and a combined net income just over $100,000 a year. We found for them, that's found money, almost $2,000 a month that they were able to spend now however they want to. And between now and their retirement, we saved them over $400,000. $400,000 by using our unique plan. And this family, with 1 child, grade school child, not yet in high school, they had a combined net income just under $100,000 a year. Now this is amazing. We saved them between now and their retirement over $500,000. Isn't that fantastic? Now, working with a certified cash flow associate, this is what benefit that these people have received. And I like to, I kind of come up with a name with our clients once they graduate, once we've completed this done-for-you program with them. I like to call them, they're now a cash flow master. I think it sort of sounds like a superhero. You're a cash flow master. See, when you're a cash flow master, you're going to have less financial stress for you, which is just going to resonate through the whole household, your family, they'll see that in you. You'll have less stress in your life. You'll have your income being spent on things that truly matter to you. You know, you may not be able to leap tall buildings, but you will be able to pay off debt and take regular vacations. Our system has what I call the secret sauce for you to having all these powers. So let me ask you again, if you had an extra $1,000 a month available to you right now, what would you use that money for? And you know, I heard from many of you pay off debt, invest in the future. Many of you said, I'd take a holiday. Here's the thing, there's no right or wrong answer. How you would spend the found money, I love that, how you would spend found money, it's really up to you. See, in our program, we work to create cash flow with the income that you already make. And how do we do that? We do that by finding efficiencies that are not realized, that you're not realizing, and combining that with our proven proprietary cash flow planning system. Again, this is not that ugly word, that budget. This is not a budget, and does not mean changing your lifestyle. Although it could be, you know what, in some cases, we actually increased people's lifestyle because we gave them a larger allowance of money that they could spend however they wanted. They had more discretionary spending. You know what? You will have options, and that's what the bank doesn't want to give you. You will have options, which we're going to expose, that in your current spending, that will result in you having found money, guaranteed. And you can direct this found money towards your priorities. So imagine, imagine being on a diet, and let's say you could only eat the foods that you don't like. Okay? How long is that diet going to last? I can tell you, for me, it's not going to last long. See, I want a diet that's going to work for me. And you know what? There's lots of diets out there, right? But you need to have, I need to have one that works for me. We're all unique. You need a diet that's going to work for you. Well, the same thing applies to your financial plan. In order to succeed financially and to start living the life that you intend to live, you need to have a custom plan that suits your needs. And if it doesn't work, then you have the wrong plan, and you're going to continue to struggle with debt and finances. And that is exactly what a budget will do for you. I want to make sure that you have the right financial plan so that you can succeed financially and succeed in life and accomplish that one goal that you wrote down earlier. I want to make sure that you are doing that. And here's what absolutely must be established. You absolutely must have a positive net cash flow as part of your financial plan. See, you'll never be financially free until you have a positive cash flow. And that's where we can help. And this is where reality hits home. Having positive net cash flow, that's going to simply give you peace of mind. It's going to give you peace of mind knowing that your retirement, your debt, your children's education, that they're all taken care of. And at the same time, you're managing risk, and you're affording to live your dreams. That one thing that you want to accomplish, we want to make sure you're accomplishing that. And you're also establishing a legacy. This will, you know what? This will all give you financial freedom. And I want to see you live your dreams. Not just in the future, not just in retirement, but now as well. You need to take charge of your finances, and you need to have a plan to deal with debt while taking regular vacations right now and living your dreams. And we need to do this with the income that you already have. So what I'm offering to you is a way to give more life to your money. I'm offering you a way to reduce your financial stress and to start having found money. I love that. I could say that all day. Having found money going towards what you truly value. So this is are done for you through my one-on-one fast track program. Now, this is a 5-step smart money program that will find money that is currently leaking. You know, that's what's happening. It's leaking from your bank account. And I can tell you, people pay thousands of dollars for this exact program. And after helping thousands of people, just like you, pay off debt and take regular vacations and realize their dreams, I've designed a special program that I'm going to make available just for you if you take action on it and if you qualify. Now, this is a special offer to you because, you know what, I understand your situation and I want to see you living a better life and not being stressed over finances or wondering just where all your money goes. So I made this program more affordable. See, on average, in our program and in this plan, we find over $6,000 a year in cash flow for clients. Over $6,000 a year. It's like giving yourself a $6,000 a year raise. Wouldn't you like that? And in some cases, you know, it's been as high as $36,000 a year. You know, $36,000 a year. And that's really significant. So how would you like to start saving an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month right now in your cash flow? Would it be worth you investing $3,000 today in a program that is guaranteed to save you $6,000 a year? I would think, yeah, of course it would be. You know, that just seems to make sense. Well, here's the good news, that my special offer for you today, you won't need to pay $3,000 for this program. Our one-on-one fast track program is a $2,997 value. And I'm making this program available to a limited number of people who take action now and who qualify for $997. Now, here's the really neat part. I am so confident that you will benefit from this program that I will guarantee this program will pay for itself in 90 days or you'll have a full refund. Now, how's that for a guarantee? There's absolutely no risk. Either I save you the price of the program within 90 days or I contact you and offer a full refund. Now, how is that for risk-free? You know, we'll provide you with a custom plan that will save you hundreds to thousands of dollars every month. We'll design a custom cash flow plan around what your goals are and what your dreams, ambitions are, given your current income. The custom plan will include working one-on-one with our trained associates who will calculate the 5 magic numbers that you need to know to become financially secure and to live your dream life. And these numbers include your debt reduction plan, your retirement plan, a reserve fund, a plan, you know, to create a reserve fund if you don't have one. That's going to remove financial stress. And a plan to finance a larger item or goal such as children's education or down payment on a home or vacation property. And a plan to finance your dream list, what I call Dream 100 list. It's like your bucket list. Now, when you can name 100 things, you have written down one thing that you want to accomplish. When you can name 100 things that you want to accomplish in your life, You're now living intentionally. And that's what I want to see for you. I don't want to see you wait until someday to achieve that one thing that you want to accomplish in your life. So imagine how different your life's going to be, knowing that you have all these areas in your life looked after, and you're financially, you know what? You're affording them all. You're no longer living paycheck to paycheck, and you're no longer wondering where does all my money go? Rather, you're going to be living the life that you're really meant to live without all that financial stress. Now, I mentioned that I'll have a special price for you if you qualify, because we have a limited number of spaces available, and I want to make sure those spaces are going to people that we know that we can help. So to qualify, first you need to earn an income. Maybe you're self-employed and drawing a salary. That's okay, but you need to have a steady and regular cash flow coming in. Second, you sometimes wonder where all your money goes. You make good money, but it just seems to disappear. And there's seldom funds left over, after paying all the bills and having extra money for a vacation or retirement, emergency fund, children's education. Simply put, your money needs to go farther. And third, you're interested with improving your financial future. Simply put, you want to move your life forward and have a plan to become financially independent. Now, understand, this is not financially wealthy, as there's no get-rich-quick scheme here, but to become financially independent, meaning you have the financial means to manage your lifestyle and to live your dream life. So imagine the freedom you'll have. And this is with the paycheck that you already earn. Imagine how different your life's going to be. Let me just say that if you're not living your dreams and financing your future, and you're not paying off debt, then you need to be on this journey. It's going to change your approach to life and your finances. Now, some of you want to start this journey right now and want help in completing your own personalized plan to pay off debt, taking regular vacations, living your life the way you intend to with the income that you already make. And we can help with that. So I'm rewarding those who take action. I'm doing this by reducing this price to $997. But we can only accommodate a limited number of people. So don't delay or you may miss out on this. This is only for those of you who are serious about saving money and having a plan that I guarantee will pay for itself within 3 months and set you on a path to financial independence. So to take advantage right now, simply go to mydream100.com/fast track. You can see it on the screen. Make sure you have it's fast-track. And when you're there, scroll down and click on Fast Track Your Success. You'll see a red button, Fast Track Your Success, and enroll using PayPal or simply pay with a credit card. It's that easy. Now, when enrolling, you'll see this screen where you can choose your payment. As I mentioned, you can see at the bottom, on the bottom right there, you can pay with credit or PayPal. Once we receive your payment, you will receive a call from a cash flow specialist, and we're going to begin your journey to having found money. I love saying that, to having found money. Now, look at that goal, dream, ambition you wrote down earlier. The one thing that you want to accomplish in life, I want to see you achieve that. You deserve to invest in yourself. mydream100.com/fast track and enroll today Don't delay. When you have a cash flow plan after working one-on-one with our trained team, you can start to live intentionally. You can plan your life, and that is going to set you free. You know, like I said earlier, life is short. Don't wait to make plans on accomplishing your goals. Don't wait until someday. A cash flow plan prepared by one of our specialists, that can help you reach your goals today. Now, if you have just $1 of non-mortgage debt, and you're not financing your dream life while putting money aside for your future, then you need a cash flow plan. And again, what you'll receive is a personal one-on-one consultation with one of our trained certified cash flow associates. They will then prepare a custom done for you cash flow plan that is guaranteed. It's guaranteed to save you hundreds to thousands of dollars each and every month. You'll also receive a custom Dream 100 report that's going to include the 5 magic numbers that you need to know. And these numbers include, your debt reduction goals, your retirement goals, a plan to create and maintain a reserve fund, a plan to finance your next large item, like children's education or down payment on a home, and a plan to live your dream list. Now, this list is something created to help you live intentionally, meaning you're achieving your dreams for your life. Imagine having a financial plan that's going to achieve all of that. And I'll also include a copy of my book, The Dream 100 Toolkit. Now, this book, it breaks down components to financial planning, but in an easy way. It's an easy way to understand. And it includes many tips and worksheets to make your financial journey simple and actually fun. Now, this is all included with your registration, plus a copy of my book, The Dream 100 Financial Toolkit. And remember, we have a done-for-you program. Now, that's a $2,997 value that you receive for $997. And this comes with my money-back guarantee that if we do not have a plan to save you the cost of the program in a 90-day period, then you'll be reimbursed 100% of the cost of the program. So there's really no risk. And in most cases, we save people well over $300 a month in their cash flow. And that's over $3,600 a year. If someone was to write a book about your life, what would be the title of the last chapter? Think about that. What would be written in the last chapter of the book about your life? Would it be a tragic or a sad story or a sad ending? Or would it be inspirational? Would you have realized that one thing that you wanted to accomplish in life? That's what we want to help with. So here's your starting point, mydream100.com, to begin your journey to financial freedom. And here's the secret that wealthy individuals understand. What's the opportunity cost? The opportunity cost with the cash flow you have available. Now, this is important, so make sure you understand this point. What is the opportunity cost with the cash flow that you have available? Up till now, you probably haven't even thought about having cash flow. We review with you the options that you have with your finances and your cash flow, and we match the right options for what your priorities are. Now, what does this do? This allows your money to focus on achieving your goals in life. And we do this all without putting you on a budget. That's a word I hate. Imagine having all of that and not being on a budget. So to start your journey today, because we know life is short and I want to see you living your dreams and saving money, and I want to see you doing that right now. Go to the webpage mydream100.com/fast track and enroll today. And I'm going to reward you for taking action now with that discount price of $997. But I got to tell you, this ends when we max out our capacity, because we simply have a limited number of people that we can help each month. So don't delay, don't miss out on this. This is only for those of you who are serious about saving money and having a plan that will guarantee will pay for itself within 3 months. And it's going to set you on a path to financial independence. It will have you take regular vacations, ease financial stress, help you pay off debt, save for retirement, and also build a legacy. See, this program is proven. It's a proven system. Over the past 3 years, it has saved clients over $10 million a month. A month! Now, the majority of these clients have been high income, high net worth individuals, but I've designed this to bring this program to everyone so everyone can benefit from this. And cash flow specialists charge $3,000 or more for this customized, proven system. But I've developed a way that we're going to deliver this same system to you, and you can benefit right now without paying thousands of dollars for it. And I guarantee that by following this custom plan, that it will pay for itself in 90 days, or you're going to pay nothing. And after that, you know, that monthly savings that you'll have, that's just going to fatten your bank account. It's going to allow you to do the one thing that you want to accomplish in life, that one thing that you wrote down. Your priorities in life, such as paying off debt or taking regular vacations or saving for retirement, whatever that one thing is that you want to accomplish in life, that's what we want to help you achieve. So don't wait to make plans on accomplishing your goals. A cash flow plan prepared by one of our cash flow specialists, it can help you reach your goals. Enjoy the rewards, of having found money going towards your financial priorities. Isn't that cool? Having that for a change. Whether that's to take regular vacations or ease financial stress or pay off debt, save for retirement, building a legacy, whatever it is, this system is going to make that possible. Now, let's see, we only have a few minutes left, and I want to make sure we have time for a few questions, but I want to touch again on financial freedom. Now, I know for many of you, financial freedom, that, yeah, right, that sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it's not. And it is possible for you with the income that you already make. See, here's what financial freedom is. It's having the ability to plan your lifestyle within the financial means, within the financial resources and financial means that you have, while having found money to use towards your priorities. And all of this is possible for you with the income that you already make. And that's possible when you have this cash flow plan. Now, I believe everyone has a God-given talent. And I believe everyone has a passion in life. Mine's family and football. And yours may be traveling or learning new things or spending time volunteering, whatever it is. Don't let your financial plan get in the way of that. As Walt Disney said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Now, You don't need to be making $200,000 to $300,000 a year to live your dreams. You just need the right cash flow plan. So here's your starting point. mydream100.com/fast track. Begin your journey to financial freedom. Then remember, there's only a limited number of spots available, so I don't want to see you miss out. If you want more out of your money, if you want more out of the money that you earn, then you need to act. Don't wish for changes to happen. Let's make them happen. This cash flow plan will put money back into your pocket. I look forward to having our team work with you and hearing about your financial journey and hearing about your Dream 100 list. So reward yourself. Become that person that you were meant to be and accomplish your goals in life. And we're going to start with that one goal that you wrote down earlier. Let's just wrap up by saying this. The 3 steps to help you take charge of your financial freedom and taking charge of your future are know and prioritize what your goals, dreams, ambitions are for your life. What is it that you want to accomplish in life? Then partner with those people that can help you achieve those goals. And lastly, begin now, living your life intentionally. And we want to help you manage, reduce, and eliminate your debt, and take regular vacations, and start living your dream life. So go to the Fast Track tab on the website, mydream100.com, to begin your journey. Take a step forward today. Let's do it together. I guarantee this program will pay for itself and give you your financial peace of mind. And there's only a limited number of spots available. So don't miss out. We want to see you take regular vacations, ease financial stress, pay off debt, save for retirement, and build that legacy. As promised, I said I was going to have a special gift for you. And I know our time is really drawing near the end, and we want to have a little bit of time for a Q&A. So here's what I'm going to have for you. A copy of my brand new guide, Budgets Don't Work. All you need to do to receive your free copy is email me. Send an email to info@mydream100.com. That's info@mydream100.com. And in the subject line, if you could indicate free gift, and I'll make sure that a copy is emailed to you. And this is just a small way for me to express my gratification for you joining us here today. So again, email info@mydream100.com and indicate free gift in the subject line, and I'll send you a copy of my free guide, Budgets Don't Work. Now, I know our time's really getting short, but I want to give a little bit of time for some Q&A. So if you have some questions, go ahead, type them out now in the chat box, and I'm going to do my best to get to as many of these as we can here. Okay. Larry's asking, why is it called Fast Track? Well, Larry, what I found is that I'll refer to diets. When I'm on a diet, I'll weigh myself on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And by the end of the week, by Friday rolling around, if I haven't lost weight, I'm ready to give up. I'd love to see a diet that works for me right away in day one. And that's what our program's designed to do. It's called Fast Track because you will start seeing instant results right away. As soon as you put this plan in place, you will start seeing savings immediately. You don't need to wait 2, 3, 4 months to see savings with this program. This program benefits you instantly. And that's why we call it the Fast Track program. Okay, we're getting a number of questions here coming in, so I better pick up the pace, I guess. Do you offer advice? No, Bruce, good question. I guess maybe you're referring to investment or insurance advice. We have a plan that we put in place. And, I believe everybody should specialize in what they're really good at. I don't want to deal with somebody who is a generalist in all areas. I want to deal with an expert in one. And that's what we are. We are experts in cash flow planning. And we'll provide you with a plan. And then if you want, we'll make recommendations on people that you can contact who will offer advice on your insurance needs, your investment needs, financing needs, but we'll provide the outline for that with your cash flow plan, and it's guaranteed to provide savings for you that you will have money available that you can talk to those other areas of expertise that you need to bring into your overall plan. Okay, Caleb's asking, is this offered in, I think is that Alabama? Yes, Caleb, this is, we offer coast to coast in all 50 states, as well as in Canada. We have specialists throughout the states and in Canada, and the price is $997 US. But yeah, absolutely, this is available throughout the states. How is this different? How is this different than a budget? Gail is asking. Yeah, Gail, as I try to explain throughout the webinar, see, a budget's restrictive. A budget's going to tell you what you can't do. Here's an example. Let's say you're going grocery shopping, and we'll pick on Walmart. This is the Walmart factor. You go into Walmart figuring, okay, I'll pick up one or two things, and my budget for the groceries for the week is $200. And before you know it, you're walking out with a shopping cart full of just full of stuff, and you spent $270. Well, right there, you've blown the budget. Our system will account for that. It will allow for that. It's not going to restrict your spending. If you want to spend that money on 1 week in groceries, go ahead and do it. Our system will allow you to do that and not restrict you like a budget will. And the other big thing is, the other big difference is, we are going to find money for you in a cash flow plan, and I don't know of any budget that will do that. Okay, I tell you what, we got time for a couple more questions, then we better wrap up. Why don't the banks suggest this? Yeah, good question. See, I know I was on that side. I was on that other side of the desk. This is not good for the banks. This program's going to see you paying off debt, having money in your pocket, taking control of your finances, where that's counterproductive to what the bank wants to see you do, is of course stretch out those payments. In our banking days, I know doing business planning with branches, one of the most profitable lines in our business plan was bank fees, and in particular NSF fees. If you can believe that, that's very profitable line for the banks, is insufficient funds, checks being returned, and those huge charges that you're being charged. This cash flow plan is going to get rid of that. You will not have NSF fees on a cash flow plan. So this is very counterproductive to banks' bottom lines. Okay, one more question, then we better wrap up. Here's a good question from Karen. Do you have a payment plan? Karen, that's a great question. We are looking at having a payment plan down the road, but right now You can pay through one time through PayPal, or you can put it on your credit card. And if you do put it on a credit card, keep in mind, we're going to find instantly for you savings of over $333 a month. Over $333 a month. And if we don't, we will refund those funds back to you within a 30-day time period, so that if you do have that money on a credit card, you can have a refund, have that money back on your credit card before they're even charging you any interest. So that's my guarantee to you. So if that helps out, go ahead, put it on a credit card, and you're going to have those funds paid off, guaranteed, within 3 months, or we'll have those funds reimbursed to you within the first 30 days. So, you know, I know we went a little bit over time. I really appreciate you being on this call, and take advantage of this program. mydream100.com/fast track. And I hope that we can help you. And I just want to say thanks, everyone, and bye for now.